Test. 1 2 1 2. How you guys doing? Let me make sure everything's going right on our end. And get the audio levels right. That should be about where we need to be. How you guys doing? Test. What's up, Omen? Let me check. Hold on. Anyway, per the usual, the stream is intended to be used for educational purposes only, not to be used as financial advice. Dude Runner doing the Rainbow Trends weekly whale watch. We do this every Thursday around 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, and then we run it back in the Discord and we hang out. And if you're ever curious where any of the links are, if you actually go to Rainbow Trends, we have the Discord link always at the top there. And then if you're curious about our new Wikipedia page, if you don't see it in the Discord, it's got its own dedicated page, but you can also find it here. Blake updated the website. If you click tutorials, it'll now take you to the Wikipedia page. So if you find anything about like our Kraken stuff, our dog shelters, or any of our tool stuff, I did just update the Mali pivots tool, so you can read the full write-up here on this one. And it also has the video tapped into it as well. So anywho, hope you guys are doing well. This was finally got a decent correction in the market out of all this stuff that's been going on, because we've been printing all-time highs almost every other day for a while. Then we finally had a pullback. But before we get into it, I wanted to take a minute and do a quick little shout out. If you guys don't know, way back in the day, we used to have a really basic, or I used to have a really basic Rainbow Trends page that was really, really tacky. And it took me a really long time to find a web developer who understood crypto and could understand what Rainbow Trends was, because frankly, it's rainbows and unicorns, right? And whales. And it's kind of hard to do anything that looks professional with that. But I found my guy, and we spent a lot of time, and he ended up making this work. We got purples, we got pinks, we got cyans, and he made it actually a really badass website and put a lot of work into it. We even have a freaking whale that jumps. Very happy with it. And he started to look for more projects. Some of the web development stuff that I'm doing is slowing down. And I saw that he was open, so I wanted to make sure you guys knew who this was. This is the guy who helped build Rainbow Trends. So I just posted it in the chat for the YouTubers. I don't think you'll see it on the Twitter stuff just because Elon's API is not the best. But anyway, definitely go check him out. He's got his own portfolio and stuff like that. But he definitely helped out build and get the theme right for Rainbow Trends, which should have been impossible because we had some failures along the way. But anyway, shout out Blake. Much love. Highly recommend him. I don't recommend many people. I do recommend that guy. So if you guys are looking for any projects, which this is the perfect time to start projects. I started one in the middle of unplanned during COVID, so here we are. But anyway, moving on. Definitely, we had some news this week. I say today, this week. It was yesterday. FOMC hit, and we got a very, very bullish... I say very bullish. We got a bullish rate cut. If you don't know, the market wants negative rates, essentially. They want everything to zero. They want to be able to borrow money, liquidity, send it. And we got that. We got a rate cut, and then markets tanked. And some people are kind of confused. And if you guys see here, this is the part that's getting picked up. Is they're predicting less bull mode setup for 2025, and that's kind of what spooked the markets, and kind of why I titled the stream what it is today, bullish cuts, bearish plots. And if you guys don't know, the FOMC releases this report every single time. They do an FOMC, they give their economic projections, and you can go check it on the website. It's a whole bunch of data, and people dig into it. But the thing is algorithms can read these things instantly when they're posted, and we know when they're going to be posted, and then the market makes its reactions and bets its bets when it sees this stuff. And when they talk about the dot plots, a lot of people don't know what that's talking about. That's what this is. So this is the plots in line with the different members of the Fed and the chairs plotting where they think we're going to be as far as rates go. So this is the rates on the white column, and then or on the y-axis, and then these are the times, 24, 25, 26, 27. And essentially these steepened a little bit, and they didn't go as low as they used to, and they're projecting one less rate cut for next year in 2025. So we're projecting, I think it was 2, and it went to 1. I don't pay that much attention to it anymore ever since Powell pivoted, but this was what kind of shook people up. If you don't know what dot plots are, go read this. I'm not an expert in them. I don't read them a lot. This is just one of those things that I've listened to Malley and Doppel long enough that I picked this up along the way. But this is what they're referring to. This is the dot plot. Also, Hot Pins talks about these all the time. And it kind of goes back to like how you guys would see bullish earnings, and then the markets would tank in TradeFi. A lot of that's like the projections is, yeah, they had great returns, but their projections for next year look like crap. That's kind of the same thing here with these dot plots. So definitely go check it, look at it. The Federal Reserve posts these up. You can go pull the PDF, and you can go look at every bit of data they have here and figure out what you think. But moving on, another kind of, there we go, not moving on. I wanted to go to this. This was the reaction, same day. This is inauguration day. This was the actual daily candle when that FOMC hit. Normally they're kind of nothing burgers. That one hit pretty damn hard. And this is where a lot of people argue, I say a lot of people, not too many people, but some people argue like things are independent. They don't interact with each other. I'm very, very against that idea. I think everything interacts with each other. I could damn sure tell you COVID affected the charts way back in the day. That wasn't just organic, that everything black swanned simultaneously. But the thing is here is, as I'm playing with the colors, I just wanted to crank the colors up a little bit, but I gotta let it think while I'm streaming. The big thing is crypto is not independent. Crypto can move up and down independent of what the markets are doing, but typically when the S&P nukes, VIX starts going up, all these things start going haywire, crypto reacts. And when Bitcoin gets a little skittish, the alts nuke. And that's exactly what we saw. Bitcoin made it all the way up here. Now this is switching over to the hourly time frame. Let me pull these liquidation levels off. We made it all the way up to 108, which was freaking awesome. And why we don't have the special guest with here tonight, Pixa doesn't do interviews below 100K. So we're going to have to get that price back up. Joking aside, we had a nice little top here, and it nuked back, and alts completely bottomed out. The one thing I've got to warn you guys, and a lot of people are dealing with the ramifications of this, as awesome and as volatile as alts are going up, they're 10 times more volatile when Bitcoin gets skittish. In general, if Bitcoin wants to come down and pull down 5%, you're going to see these altcoins drop like 10, 15. And if it's a really levered up kind of like shitcoin, it's going to be even worse. So you have to be really careful. And this is the other thing too. There's liquidations everywhere. There's people reporting like huge portfolio losses and stuff like that. You guys got to be chill. Definitely don't touch leverage. We've been trading this stuff. If you guys have been with me since I've like started streaming, we've been like streaming like over here, and we spent a whole lot of time streaming down here, and now we're up here, all the way back up. These were the tough times. This is when it was grinding. This is when hard. This is when it was going sideways. It was crazy hard as well. It's a thing, but we definitely shouldn't be full port risking here in price discovery. If you're unaware, Bitcoin is in price discovery. We are not in loading through older resistance levels. We're printing new resistance levels. We finally have a pivot here. We can go back to the lower time frames and I can kind of show it. But the point is like we spent a lot of time in the Discord in like publicly posting our charts. This was the time to buy. This was the time to lock in. And now people are like risking Kraken and Coinbase can't stop talking about meme coins. Bitcoin is over $100,000 and they won't stop talking about meme coins. So keep that in mind, because that's really where the market is right now, and it's in a really, really weird place. I'm just now noticing that we got a daily top signal here today, or was it yesterday? Yeah, because the close just happened a few hours ago. Yeah, so the same day, we actually got a daily top on the runner bot, which is interesting. But let me zoom back in down to the 4 hour, the 2 hour, because that's actually where we're starting to get a structure. If you notice, once we broke through that order block of the stuff we were sitting in for God knows how long, was it 10 months, 11 months? We finally broke through, and when we didn't print anything here, there's no pivots, there's nothing. You could maybe get some fib extension arguments in there, but we're on 2 hour right now. I can switch it to 1 hour, but I don't think there's even anything on 1 hour. But I've been starting to draw what we've got so far, and this is what I'm seeing and wanted to share with you guys. This is the 2 hour, and we've started to get some order blocks here. There's one here, there's one at the bottom. We've got, I say order blocks, these are the pivots. That gives me a support order block here, that gives me a resistance one here. This one's now turning into kind of a mid-range. So I like to switch the mid-ranges to orange. Pick whatever color you want. This is Rainbow Trends for F's sakes. And now we're starting to get like another one here, albeit I manually drew that one, but this is clearly probably going to start turning into our next block somewhere there. Doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to get an idea. And once you get this idea, you can figure out bang, 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 what's it kind of doing. But it's an awkward one. We're in price discovery. We're trying to find where this resistance is, and lo and behold, it's not really making straight lines. We could start talking accumulation cylinders, maybe. Not really. It's not really doing much. Like, I don't see anything. I mean, that's maybe a channel. That's a really low angle, but I wouldn't call that a channel walk, personally. But you are getting clear signals on the runner bot here, tops and bottoms on the H2, bottom here, another top. We got a BART there as well. This is where kind of we had the market reset where Bitcoin nuked, the alts didn't nuke, and then the alts nuked a few days later, and now the S&P 500 nuked this week, and now crypto's following it. Now the question is where do we go? That's the real question. Remember how I was saying there's nothing here? We damn sure don't want to lose this. If we lose 93 to 91, that's a really, really, really bad day. Why is that a really bad day? If there's not somewhere for the bulls and bears to show up to fight, they're going to go back to their old battlegrounds, which is like down here, which is 74. And I don't even want to talk about that. But I know what happens if we lose that level, and you have to get really, really skittish. And that's just the truth of it. So, we got 144 people watching on Twitter, which is my favorite number of all time. So shout out to all those who are watching in, and I hope it's coming in streamy smooth because we went through hell getting all this software fixed. But anyway, this thing's going to get rough. It may go, and this is the other thing too. You remember how we went through hell here from March till November? And then there was another one down here. It's going to look really noisy on 2 hour when you're zoomed out, but 6 months or whatever down there. The point is if the whales really want to drive us crazy, we just go sideways into the new year all the way into the election. So what if we just do that? And then we just listen to Twitter go nuts for months and months and months. So we very well could. But for the most part, I'm still holding my ground. We're in super high discovery. We packed our bags a long time ago. I'm not messing around with size on anything really risky right now. The last big thing I took seriously was Ethereum, which we'll cover that in a minute because Ethereum definitely pulled back. But I'm still nowhere near my DCA, which was like 27, just under 2750. But anyway, what's up, Connoisseur from Twitter? The reason I have to verbally tell Connoisseur, if I type this in the response thing, only the YouTube guys see it. And we're streaming on Twitter and YouTube right now. So anyway, if you enjoy this, check us out on the YouTube. That's what we're trying to grow. But anyway, this is what we're doing. This is where we're going. And then it's going to get into the end of the year. You're going to get into your shenanigans. And now Congress is starting to get really weird too. Out of nowhere. So there's been the whole Doge argument. This new Department of Government Efficiency thing that Elon's going to be part of. And frankly, it's not in law. It's not going to have any power unless it is in law. So I was really kind of skeptical, like what was going to happen. Didn't really think much of it. Apparently, Doge was capable of getting a big bill stopped in Congress, a continuing resolution budget bill, which was like 1,500 pages down to this. So apparently, Elon Musk can take a kind of a fun position that has no legal authority and actually kick it up a notch, and actually is getting things done in Congress, which is interesting. I've never seen like Congress challenge this quickly to spend less money, and it's kind of interesting because I thought it was just going to be a joke, and yeah, you're going to see Vivek go do TikToks and Elon yell about stuff on Twitter. And yeah, so this can mess with this as well. Government shutdowns, people threaten, and the markets get skittish, and oh, it's a big deal or it's not. I will tell you this, one of the biggest things about like whales and whale theory, they risk off when things are kind of unclear. They go degen mode when they feel safe. They don't feel super safe with the Fed talking more hawkish next year into 2025 when the regime change is going to happen, and less liquidity due to the interest rates. Same thing happens to the Bitcoin whales. They're going to get skittish too, and the S&P nukes. There's a lot of trading out. So if you guys ever envision trading algorithms, I've written a ton of them. Trading bots don't necessarily look at the chart. This is a chart of Bitcoin, right? There are bots, multiple, many, hundreds, thousands of them, even some of 9K's bots. They watch things other than this chart. Some of 9K's bots, I think specifically, watch the S&P 500. And if the S&P 500 starts acting a fool, his crypto bots will hedge. And you need to keep that in mind. These dudes are not hungry. They're big size. They're not degenning this stuff. They just, it's just not in the bigger size. The bigger they are, the slower they move. And that's just not what they do. So Christmas is almost here. The end of the year is almost here. The tax harvesting is going to happen. People are going to start talking Chinese New Year, which is always a thing in crypto. Go enjoy time with your family and chill out. Like, I don't know how to say this. We don't buy pinks and purples. We don't buy the tops of these price discoveries. We buy pain. The last pain signal we seriously got on Bitcoin was there, 5,100. And we bid it, and we talked about it. It was the yin carry trade fallout, and we had the 2 creek jumps before that. This stuff takes time to get these really killer entries, but we acted on them. I'm not losing any sleep from 108 to 97. Like, I do not lose any sleep, and you guys shouldn't either. That's why I always preach spot is really the way to go. But anyway, what's up, Connoisseur? What do you think of the rate cuts and how will it affect the momentum of the crypto market? Oh, we're right there, bud. That's what I think. I think the market wants to see 0 rates, and they're not going to get it, and the market's going to react a little bit. The other thing, too, is like Bitcoin's in price discovery. The S&P's been on a freaking tear, if you haven't noticed. Like, S&P 6,000 was a thing for a while, and now it's kind of pulled back. Congress is starting to get real weird. Elon's getting real weird. Regime change happening. These things change markets, and we have to let it settle. And frankly, we're going to know what's happening in a few weeks. Like the people are going to take office in a few weeks, and then we're going to go from there and see what really happens. That's the truth of it. Bitcoin halving's already happened. The ETFs are online, and everything according to the 4-year cycle is looking like we're going to go into it in next year. 2025 is kind of where the stars align on the Bitcoin 4-year cycle. So for my sake, I'm going to wait. I'm just not stressing it. I want to go make the moments with my family and stuff. The reason we started the stream late tonight is we were sitting there doing laps around a Christmas light drive-through thing that they set up around my neighborhood every year. Go have fun. Sit and spot and chill. You really into this market every day and you want to go check the price of Bitcoin every day, but you don't want to hodl it? Sit down and assess what you're doing. In all honesty, I probably shouldn't be messing with alts ever and just spend years buying Bitcoin pain. And that would have got me way further. That's the easy route. You could definitely trade the volatility. You want volatility to go like scalp and you're a scalper. I'm not a scalper. I'm a full-time dad, super busy. I do full-time engineering in the oil field year round. code for Rainbow Trends, do these streams, do all the video stuff, run it, manage the Discord, manage the side, whole Rainbow Trends itself. Very, very busy. I sit in the 4 hour is where I sit in on the dailies. I sit in stuff for weeks at a time. I don't sweat over this. And crypto Twitter and watching all these people getting liquidated left and right, don't be those dudes. I've been preaching this for years, preaching for a long time. Don't liquidate your bags. A lot of people have over the past 12 months, and it's very unfortunate because it'll cost you a cycle, and you're gonna have to sit longer. But we're going into price discovery. Bitcoin broke the all-time highs. Things are looking good. ETF flows are going good. BlackRock's buying Bitcoin. Like, it's a thing, and we're gonna go through chop. Bitcoin is crypto. Everything is always volatile as hell. It's never not, which is a good thing and a bad thing, but you need to weather the storm, because if you weather the storm long enough, you get out of that cubicle eventually, right? So keep that in mind. But the other one, let's take a look real quick at Ethereum. This is another one that popped off. So this is still the setup I'm at. When I say I sit in stuff for a long time, I scalped here. I scalped Ethereum around August, got out real quick, little like 8 or 10%, nothing. And then I started playing back with it here. I think I got stopped out here on a slight loss, and then I re-entered here with size, and I'm still in it, and my DCA is like below. It's a little under 2750-ish, I think. I'd have to go look at it because there's a bunch of entries, but regardless, I was all the way up to 50% almost, or 50%, yeah, when we broke that block, and now I'm back down to like 23%. So when you look at it that way, it sucks, but I'm still waiting. I was really, 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 really excited. We actually broke this level. We have not broke this level since March of 2024. We haven't. Like, this was some of the highest Ethereum prices we've seen in like 2 years, and we actually broke it. We're starting to do well, and then the friggin' FOMC hit, and it fell. So that was a lot of fun. Got to watch that one, but like I said, I have a break-even stop loss here, or a slight profit stop loss. Like, I'm fine. Round trip is what is my worst case scenario. Either way, I'm still voting. I'm still thinking that Bitcoin goes to a higher all-time high next year, personally. And if I think Bitcoin's going to keep doing this, I think eventually Ethereum does the same. Is it going to be the most bullish thing in the world? No, that was Fartcoin. So keep that in mind. But I feel comfortable in size in Ethereum, for better or for worse. And a lot of it's for the worse. But anyway, with that being said, though, we're looking at like volatility, and people are itching for trades. The one trade that hit this week, and it hit to a T, was Aave. I saw this one start forming, and I started talking to Pixa about it, and then started posting a little bit more because I was like, hey, this bad boy is showing this. And if you guys don't know, I posted it December 15th. So if you want the photo proof, here's December 15th. Can't backdate that one. But I'm saying, hey, this is what it's going to do. We called the Ondo BART, and the Ondo printed, and then we called the Aave BART, and saying, hey, I'm mentally dealing with this setup where I see a Bart Simpson on Aave, but Trump's team is actually actively buying it. Well, we got it today. That's the BART, and it fully played out. And I want to walk you guys through this because there's a lot of stuff where people want to say, oh, it's eventually you called it, da-da-da-da. No, this is find other posts where people are calling that the top above 375 for this without using Rainbow Theory. There's not many people that can call BARTs like that. Discount Gosling is probably one of the most only other dudes I think can actually do it, because it's kind of hard. This stuff whooped my butt for a very, very long time, probably 2 years before I figured it out. And then I even had to code additional tools for me personally to be able to do it. And now it's kind of a bread and butter for a lot of Rainbow Trends dudes. So I wanted to walk you guys through this level by level, because you want proof in the pudding. Go look at the other Rainbow Trend traders. Don't look at me. But definitely go check this out, because this was a live one and it's tweeted. You can see it all here, and we traded it. So first things first, candle color rotation. So when you see Rainbow Theory, one of the biggest things is when you see pinks. We never buy pinks. That's when we look to take profit, or if you're a person who shorts, that's when we look for a rotation there. We got a full candle color rotation here. it rotated from pink all the way to green. Right? If you go to tutorials and you check out what do the colors mean, that is our chart right there. These are your bullish colors and these are your bearish colors. The bullish colors go all the way to pink. The bearish colors go all the way to white. And when we look at Aave, we went all the way up and formed the left side hairline of a BART. And there it goes to the right. It starts rotating, and then we see it fade all the way to green, and then eventually it gave out. But the first thing is to see a gigantic pump start rotating in colors. You don't want to see colors weaken. That's candle color rotation, check mark number 1. The next was RSI rotation. So if I turn off the main indicator, you can see RSI here. So we saw, let me switch that. You saw a bunch of RSI prints, which are these X's on the top of the candle. You saw them work all the way up to yellow, and then you saw them rotate out, and we actually got an RSI top signal. So we got an RSI color rotation after a candle color rotation, and then we got an RSI bot top right there, that one. And then we had a HMA cross as well, which is this tool here. Shout out Blake. That's his baby that he made me add to Rainbow Trends. I love it because you'll get the setup for a BART, and if that HMA karate chops through it, it just adds to your confluence. So we got the HMA top. We got a runner bot top as well. I say an HMA top. HMA cross. That's the HMA 100, I believe, or the 125. We got a runner bot top. So if we turn on the Rainbow Trends algorithm that calls tops and bottoms, it called top around here as well. So we got candle color rotation top, RSI rotation top, RSI bot top, rainbow rotation top, runner bot top. Things are lining up, needless to say. You layer these things up, the better it is for you, performance-wise, because the more things that align, the better confluences are, the better your percentages of being accurate are. Anyway, HMA cross, the volume impulse bled out as well. There was a huge volume impulse here, and it kind of faded to no volume as the hairline printed, like no volume in this area. And then we also had pinks and cyans. So if you ever see us talk about pinks and cyans, that's one of the classic Rainbow Trends setup. It's not a traditional thing. You'll never see anybody talking about it other than Rainbow Theory people. But we have machine learning bands that show us where the walls are. And this thing knows Aave because it's legit machine learning. And it's telling you when you see pink candles and cyans, that is like your predetermined wall where the whales have never, ever done a move stronger than that. So it's showing you that it's kind of printing out and dying. Like that's definitely the wall. And as you can see here, we actually touched it. And you can see that the machine learning is learning and kicking those gains up so that the little cyan rainbow goes even further. It's a super deadly tool. Go watch Pixa short stuff on that. In bear markets, it's nasty. Typically, in general, you get pinks and cyans. It's probably 90+ percentile that it's a top or it'll pull back. Unless you're talking about like really, really low liquidity coins that are like on wrapped Ethereum pairs. But big major stuff, like Aave's not a small coin, and it hit it and it bounced. Like from this pink and cyan top, Aave pulled back 24%. So definitely a thing. And that's after it pumped 48. So keep that in mind. But that's the little check mark here. These are all the things that I look for BARTs. Candle color rotation, RSI rotation, color rotation, RSI bot top, runner bot top, HMA cross, volume impulse bleeding out, and then the pinks and cyans is like kind of the other thing. So anyway, that is my long-winded one. And now I'm actually trying to see like today's market. If you saw the S&P at the very, very close started nuking and it printed a lower low. We can check futures. Yeah, they're still hanging here. It's actually a pink RSI. That's crazy. We have to kind of see what happens tomorrow. I don't think the market's going to resolve. A lot of the guys who are really sensitive to like the S&P and the NASDAQ in the Discord, they are really interested to see that this was so gnarly. They're looking to see if it continues. And if it continues on the S&P, I'm sorry, Bitcoin's gonna have issues. But like right now, it's getting real Real movie on Bitcoin. It looks like it's trying to find a bottom. It does. It's starting to look like it's trying to find support. But it's in this weird area. We've got an RSI bottom, but there's nothing. It's real weird to find a support where there's not really like a level. I don't see a level here unless I'm overlooking something. We could turn on liquidity levels. Let's see. We can also turn on Mali pivots. There's a sequential 9 there. But it went below it. It's nothing super, super clear. That's why I'm kind of just waiting for it, because I don't like messing around in the middle. We are hitting liquidation stuff. But for the most part, I'm just kind of chilling. But curious what you guys are thinking. Some people I respect highly are starting to say bottom. Connoisseur is saying, yeah. But I agree with you, your levels of blood in the market if we close. Yeah, 93 on the daily. It doesn't seem like it wants to hang out there. I could go to try 30. What's up, Omen? 4-hour 200 EMA. H4 200 EMA. There's a lot of pivots there, and you can see it rejected. I'm hoping that's it. Let me check Ethereum. Ethereum's trying to bottom. But it could just be chop until it's not, right? Chop, 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 chop. I mean, that looks great, but then the next hour could definitely be this. You just don't know. But hang in there, guys. It's crypto. We saw some serious stuff nuke. Doge actually hit the bottom band. A lot of alts hit the bottom bands. Dang it. Yeah. Shout out Pep. Pep was asking me about this being a BART on Doge, and I was like, I want to pretend it's not, Pep, because Doge is finally moving, and we haven't seen it move in a very, very long time. But we hit that those actual liquidation levels there, bounced into that. White candles into red reversion bands. It's not as strong as pinks and cyans, but it's damn good. That's a really, really nice place to bounce. So maybe we need to look at the alts and see where we're at. Bcash tagged it as well. We can look at CRV. CRV is hitting the reversion bands. Say, I don't see the reversion bands. It's being weird. On that pair on Coinbase, it gets weird. Let me see what some other ones. If you guys have any charts you want me to look at, let me know. I thought I turned that off. Hold on. I want the liquidations off. I'm sorry. I turned the machine learning bands off. Check Litecoin. Gotta always check Litecoin for a bottom. There we go. It touched. Litecoin is very non-volatile traditionally. Litecoin whales are really slow. Zcash didn't blow off the charts. What about Bonk? I heard Bonk was getting on Robinhood. That'd be an awesome place for it to wake up and start. But man, look at that. You talk about like your HMA cross. Crazy run. It's a really, really good place to take profit on the HMA karate chop. I call it the karate chop. It's when it just slices through. Bcash, yeah. CRV, audio. Let me check Ethereum Classic. Check Degen. Yeah, Ethereum Classic did have a channel walk and it broke out. And that's what they do. They bleed out for very long periods of time. We can check Degen. Degen's now on Coinbase, I believe, yeah. Oh. That's really gnarly. On the flip side, when you see candles start to get into the reversion bands, on this side, you will see the orange bands start to learn, and that's what that is. We see them breaking out, because this is the first time we've had candles touch the bottom side on this chart. So as soon as we start touching the red band, you can see it. That's where it touches, and that's where it starts learning, and you can see those breakoffs. So the more you touch that yellow band, the more it'll pull down, and it learns from the chart. And that's why it changes for every chart, and it takes a little while to calculate. But it gives you legit like machine learning telling you, hey, same thing here. these candles were blowing out the green one, so it's kicked up the bands. So it's learning the coin. That actually looks really awful, to be honest, though. But it's such a new coin, and it's a Coinbase meme thing. I'm not so crazy about it. But anywho, hope you guys are doing all right. Aave, even after that BART, like, it's nowhere near this band. This thing has been on a crazy rip. It's my favorite part of the song. If you guys can hear that or not, probably not. We can go ahead and get a copyright strike. It's funny is I'll get copyright notified on Twitter, and I'll directly go send it to one of the band members of this band because they're Rainbow Trends degens. ICP is actually bouncing. Dude, these might be it. If it is, this is a really nice place for it to hit. Basic attention token. It's a double hit on these bands. I don't want to call market bottom off of bonk. That's just being real. Somebody say ICP. Yes, Nexus. And since Nexus is here, let me help a brother out. If you guys don't know who Nexus is, we're about to. There we are. There you go. Fib circles. You gotta make it all wild. Shut down the TradingView servers. If you're ever curious why the TradingView servers cost a lot and your monthly subscriptions goes up, it's Nexus and his friends. XRP's doing really well. Dude, like, over half the market is on touching this side of the band right now, so keep that in mind. Virtual? S from Twitter says, could you check out Virtual? I don't know the ticker name is unless it is actual virtual protocols. Holy shit. That actually looks crazy strong. I want to see how big is this coin? Market cap wise. Helps if I spell it right. It's a top 55? I've never heard of this. Aerodynamic CB game. So Bybit has it. And KuCoin and MEXC. Hold on. Let me check the Bybit chart. Ugh. It's a newer coin, but it's in the top 55, and I've never heard about it. That actually looks really, really strong. There's like no bearish candles. There's triple pivot here, so maybe you can get filled from like 180 to 205, 202. BingX has it. MEXC. There's actual liquidity here. It's on buy. Let me see if I can pull the Bybit chart. TradingView normally doesn't like pulling those charts. Bybit. This is the Bybit. That's cool. No, I've never heard of it. It kind of started at like 50 cents, went all the way up to $2. It's on no major exchanges really, but it's somehow in the top 100. BitThumb. The Koreans, 12 million. Volume is mainly on Bybit. Never heard of it. 1 billion virtual. Twitter. Is it really, or am I reading this wrong? I'm pretty sure. Go to 55. Yeah, virtual protocol. Huh. It's just below bonk. No, I'm just below Tia. Let's see what's recovering into the daily open. Bonk, Pudgy Penguins. Oh yeah, forgot about mention that one. Pingu's live. I actually have not checked those charts, but people were People were not happy about it, but I mean, what are you going to do? Every launch is rough, and it gets sniped, and there's always issues. I don't think that's it. That's Pingu. I like the pudgy stuff, though. I really do. I don't mess with it at all, and I don't own one, but that is not it. Why is it Pingu? What am I saying wrong? It's Pingu. Well, let me see who's... So it's on Binance. Give me the Binance chart. It's not giving it to me. That's weird. Let me, hold on. I really want the Binance chart. So we say crypto, all sources, Binance, Pingu. There it is. No data. We can look at the 15. What's the market cap? So it's top 64. That's crazy. Albeit, like, my kids and stuff recognize those pudgy little penguins. It's in the little GIFs that people send on their phones. It's pretty cool. Pingu. That's what. Typo. My bad. Maybe it's time to scoop up Pingu at 3 cents. Maybe. With this type of stuff, we just don't have a lot of data. So I hate naturally. Just a pet peeve of mine. I like at least 2 years of data so I can double check, like let the algos chew on it and get the data on the numbers. On like where they like I don't even have reversion bands yet. Like I want to see all that stuff type of stuff form up. Anyway, market's starting to show green. I'm hoping we're done. I really hope it was just, hey, Fed rates, whatever. We start bouncing and we go back above 100. The more time we spend below 100, the less I'm having a good time, as is everybody else. But because, man, I don't want to see alts go down deep. I want them to see them just kiss that and go, and we can call that our reset. Because liquidation-wise, yeah, people have been getting ripped apart. $1 billion. It's such small moves compared to what it used to be. Yeah, XYO's finally bleeding out. This was just pumping for so damn long. Comma. Up, Jasmine. We gotta check Jasmine. Jasmine might be bottomed. Where's Playmaker? This is Playmaker's coin. Do I get an entry in the red before he does? 3 cents. Anyway, let me check. I'm gonna check the AI stuff real quick. Fetch is trying to bounce, but not showing up yet. Render. I do want to check Nvidia too. Man, Render's trying. Nvidia is actually not looking very good. I hate this pattern. It's like an inverted head and shoulder color rotation. So we started to get like a wedge here, and then it just rolled. I hate rolls. It rolls over and then it dies. Eventually, like the liquidity blows out. Anyway, I don't like that. Albeit they dropped a really cool piece of tech. If you guys haven't seen it, it was the little handheld computer. It's gonna be like $250 or something. Tried to find it. I forgot what it was called. I just saw the thing where you showed it. I may be missing it altogether. Like I said, I got tied up doing Christmas lights. It was awesome. We had electric lemonade, popcorn, strobing little hand lights. There it is. The Orin Nano. Let me check that real quick. Orin. Yeah, this thing's awesome. So Nano Dev Kit. This is beyond the stock, but let that load. So I want to show you this little thing. It's pretty cool. I'm a big NVIDIA fan. I freaking love their video cards. Nano developer empowers AI-powered robots, smart drones, and intelligent cameras. That's awesome. I think it's like $224 or something, or $250. 19-volt input. Anyway, in before it runs on Linux. But we're gonna get wrapping up pretty soon on this. I'm gonna go head to the Discord and open up the roundtable because it is almost 9 o'clock, and that's when we officially kick off the roundtable. Like I said in the past, if you guys don't know, we don't do any ads or anything on any of these YouTubes. So definitely like, comment, subscribe because that helps us out so much. And we intensely try to do it so you guys don't get interrupted by ads on the lives or the replays. And also, if you don't know, you can check out all our stuff on here. If you want to try Rainbow Trends out for yourself, it's $10 to try it out for your first month. Cancel anytime. Go look at our Rainbow Trend traders. Go watch them in the Discord. You don't have to listen to me. They kill. There's a bunch of Discords using it now too, so go check out. Shout out to Stacks Discord as well. But maybe I'm not so happy with NVIDIA, but I'm really happy about this because I kind of want one. Albeit, I don't know if that's going to be in my stocking. But anyway, thanks again, guys. I will talk to you guys later. I'll talk to you guys in 2 minutes. We'll be in the Discord. But for the ones who are YouTube only, shout out to you next week, maybe, if we're not doing full-on Christmas stuff. We'll see. We'll see. I'm still trying to get Pixa done by the end of the year with a big interview, but price is going to have to be over 100K for that. So anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. And